Namaskaram. I thought nobody in the Sadhanapada ever gets a bad experience. But recently I came across with so many people who started complaining about there are so many things that are going bad with themselves and people who are in Sadhanapada. So I thought, how come these people are getting bad experiences? So I asked them more about them. What is the exact thing that you are facing during Sadhanapada that you are not liking? So then they started telling me so many things about Sadhanapada that then I realized that it is not about Sadhanapada but it's about their personal compulsions. So I thought let's make a video around it so that people should not get confused about what is about them that is not going well and what is about the Sadhanapada as a program. So when we have some certain problems instead of looking those problems within ourselves, we start looking those problems as a circumstantial situation. So in that aspect we end up blaming the entire Sadhanapada. So I just want you to understand this, that what Sadhanapada is completely different than what you are thinking in Sadhanapada is. So the problem that you are facing is very generalized problem. These are the problems that other volunteers in the ashram feels or face also, and also the similar problems are being faced by other people who are not even in the ashram and living the natural life or regular life anywhere else in the world. So I knew one person from last 2 years and I got to know that she is in the Sadhanapada this year 24, and then I met her once and I asked how is the Sadhanapada going. So she said not well. I said what's wrong? Then she says health. So I want you to understand for the first thing that health and Sadhanapada are not the two same things. They are the two different things. But still health is the biggest issue that could happen in the ashram, because mostly because the number one is environment and the climate conditions over here are quite different from many other places. I still feel that during this month from July to November I never used to feel cold during our area or in our areas, but here starting from July to November you feel cold every single day in the night. It's also because of the construction design of the dormitories. Dormitories are mostly designed for ventilation purpose. So in that case towards the morning every single day it gets cold, and if it rained before night or during the night also, then it gets very cold during the night. So that's how climate changes happens very quickly, very fast. And since everybody is living at one single place, so people are sharing the same spaces with each other. So sneezing, coughing, all these things also takes to a certain extent that where you get these flus, cold, cough very easily. So these are the first reason because of which you are getting cold and cough. And also there is a factor that you have to acclimatize to the weather conditions, and it takes some time for that. I still remember last year also when I was in Sadhanapada, I felt sick for around a month. Whatever medicine I ate, nothing worked, and towards the end I think one doctor in the Sadhanapada, she or he, I don't remember, but that person gave me some antibiotics and I think that worked, and post that I did not feel sick. So this is what happened throughout the entire Sadhanapada journey to me. But I would say this year, since the beginning I'm here, I have not felt sick even for once. For some time I felt like I'm going to fall sick, but it did not impact me to that much. I just recovered very quickly. So that is what the health journey for me has been. But apart from that also there have been so many incidents where Sadhanapada participants are complaining towards Sadhanapada team. The Sadhanapada team is being this way or that way, or accommodation team because they are making them wake up early in the morning, or be it their Seva coordinators who are asking them to work and come on time. And these are the things that I would say happens everywhere. And this is not about the Sadhanapada itself. This is about you, because if you are not constant or consistent in your journey, if you are not doing your seva properly, if you are not waking up early in the morning, definitely there could be people who are like these people could make or put it in a better way, like how they are communicating with you when you are not going to the seva, when you are sleeping early in the morning a little more, when you are sick and you want to take more rest, or they are not letting you take rest. Instead of that they are asking you to go to the seva, go to the sadhana. So in those cases you might feel a little frustrated, and I can understand that completely. But you also have to understand that these are the people who are trying to help you, they do not have anything with you as a personal scenario, they are doing their work because that is how they are supporting you in a way. On the other hand, if you are feeling sick and you want more rest, you want to sleep in your room instead of going to seva or sadhana, it is up to you. But when you go to the sadhana, and doesn't matter you do or do not sadhana, you just sit towards the end of the hall and you simply visualize the asanas. That also create a lot of difference within yourself. That also create a lot of changes within yourselves. So it is not necessary for you to do the sadhana if you are not feeling well. You can just simply sit and visualize. That's one option that you have. Even if you are not feeling well, still you can go for sadhana. I still remember when last year I felt sick, and I had my seva in Bhiksha hall. I was in Pranandanam, and doctor asked me to take a few days rest. I felt that I should take rest, so I went back to my room. I just slept for an hour. Then I felt like, my God, this is not a place I want to be. So I went back to Bhiksha hall again. The best possible for me, I just did. Possible from my side, I just did it. So this is how I approach towards it. If you feeling like taking rest, you can take rest. You can communicate with them, like be it Sadhanapada departments or accommodations team or your seva coordinator. Everybody whom you think this needed to be communicated with, you can communicate with. They will definitely help you with that. But there is a way of communication as well, and this is not this is not a thing that everybody has mastered in it. Neither you nor the Sadhanapada department or other your seva department or accommodation team. So there could be a lot of frictions within yourselves, because in one perspective you might be thinking that I am right, and another perspective they might be thinking that they are right, and that is where the friction happens. And this is what the biggest concern of the ashram, not ashram, this is the biggest concern of the entire human relationship when it comes to outside. But here in the ashram, at least people are willing to listen, people are willing to understand. So in that context, if you can able to communicate with it with other people, then definitely I think the other people will be able to understand, and it will not be able to burden for you. But if you simply get frustrated and react to the situation without properly understanding the situation context of the other person, what they are trying to say, then in that case unnecessary frictions will happen. You'll have a bad experience. And I want you to understand, this is not about Sadhanapada, this is about your own situation, what you are feeling within yourself and how you are communicating with people. And this is not about Sadhanapada. The reason I am telling it is because the same thing can happen to a Purnanga as well, same thing can happen to a general volunteer as well. So people who are staying in the ashram, same thing can happen to others as well. And if you are not even staying in the ashram also, you are staying outside, definitely these things are happening every single day in regular basis with people who are in working scenario or job scenario, business scenario. These things are every day happening, frictions with people, correct? So we cannot say this is the experience of Sadhanapada. Now second thing is, there are a lot of small issues that people are facing on regular basis. One thing that I have already talked about, health issues, and second thing is reducing the weight. And this is something that a lot of people are being concerned about. And talking about reducing the weight, they are again here in the ashram, the kind of diet you get is very pranic diet, pranic food. So if you already had gained weight because of inflammation or because of fat and all, so the diet that you are getting here in the ashram, it will reduce your fat content significantly. Or if it is inflammation, then again you will go back to the normal state of being. That's how you will going to reduce a significant amount of weight in the ashram in that context. So you do not need to worry about that, because that is, you will get back to your natural weight. Since when I came to the ashram, I was around 60 or 62 maximum, and after spending here around 2 to 3 months, I reduced to 58, and still since then I am 57, 58, 57, 58, 56, and around this range I am actually dwelling. So I did not reduce my weight significantly low, or did not got significant weight or gained significant weight. But one thing that consistently I did was, I went to Bhiksha hall and I ate Bhiksha hall food only. But what's wrong with people is that they constantly eat Bhiksha hall food for some time in the beginning, and then towards the end they start getting bored about the food that they are serving, and because of that they start skipping Bhiksha hall food meals, and they tend to eat something outside. And when you are eating outside, you are not eating to the full stomach, because again there is a lot of aspect to it. because of money, because of the food quality or something. You are not eating complete food and you are just trying to eat something that is very tastier to your tongue but not very healthier for your body. So that kind of food, when you start eating again, it creates a different scenario within your system. And then again, it doesn't only affect you in terms of health aspect, but it affects you in terms of how you are going through the programs or how you are going through the sadhana process, whether you are waking up early in the morning or not, when you are exactly getting falling asleep, or your energy day to day in the day to day life. So all these things get impacted by the kind of food that you are eating. So these are some scenario that comes up, and for that you cannot blame Sadhanapada. Definitely they are giving certain kind of food which are beneficial for us, and they are giving variety of options that's good enough for me, I would say. But if you want more than this, more than this, more than this, probably this is a little bit more expectation that you are having. Apart from that, also there are small issues like rodent issues, mosquitoes, or insects. Initially, when you might have come, so I still remember that first day of introduction of the stay area, one Anna told us that do not have anything food item in your cupboards or lockers, because if you have it, then definitely there will be a lot of different animals. Monkeys will definitely come, but apart from monkeys also there are small insects, they will come, rodents will come, and these issues will happen. And suddenly when this issue happens, nobody will be able to fix them, correct? So that is what they told us in the beginning. And I would say this is something that we need to take care. But unfortunately, people feel hungry, so they always keep some food items in their lockers, and because of that rodent comes, and when rodent comes, they suddenly cannot get rid of it. If you start complaining to Sadhanapada team, you may complain that Sadhanapada team is not listening to it, but what Sadhanapada team can do is also limited. So this is something that we need to also take care if you are in Sadhanapada. So apart from that, also there are a few issues like there is no enough iron box, there is no enough drying lines. So these are the small incident or issues that you might face during your Sadhanapada journey. People also expect for hot water, which sometimes comes, sometimes the geyser doesn't work properly. So something like that might happen during the process. But still, I would say these are the situations, or these are whatever they are offering to us is much more than what we would expect from them. So I want you to understand this one thing, is that since you are here in the ashram, first thing I want you to remember or remind yourself that why did you come here for. So if your idea was to do sadhana and spend some time to reflect within yourself instead of looking at what's happening around you, then probably you were in the right place. But right now, since you are here in the ashram, you are getting back all those similar things that you were facing back in your home or back in your workspace. If you are facing similar things, then probably you are not looking deep within yourself. There is one more complaint that one person did was, these monthly meetings are boring. I want you to understand that these monthly meetings, to me, how it worked was, every single day I went, every single month when I used to go to the monthly meetings, it used to bring me back to the track. So initial days when I came here into the ashram, I had the spiritual, the force within myself was very strong, but gradually I was going back to my old compulsions. And that this month in that situation, these monthly meetings helped me a lot, because that 1 hour of Sadhguru's video of how to be actually used to make me go through the same similar spiritual processes for another like a week or 2 week, which used to be really helpful for me. But again, I used to go back. So every single time whenever I used to go to the monthly meetings, it used to be a reminder for me that why I was here in the ashram, and I used to focus more on myself instead of focusing on the external situations that are happening around me. And whenever anything that used to happen around me, I used to evaluate that what I could have done better in those situations, instead of focusing on trying to improve some other situations or trying to improve other people. I used to focus on myself, that what I could improve within myself. This is how I used to focus on. So whatever is happening around you, it is not the thing that is reason for which what you are feeling within yourself. What you are feeling within yourself, I want you to understand, this is the creation of your own. And if you can understand this much only, then the inner energy tools also is going to work for you. They have given you the journal where you can write those inner energy tools, whatever your experiences are, and other questions are out there also. So these evaluations tools, whatever they have given you, if you are constantly using them for you, then definitely you will be able to see much more within yourself, and the biggest transformation will happen within yourself. But if you won't reflect back properly, and if you keep on complaining about everything around yourself, then probably you will end up having bad experience. But for sure I would say this is not because of Sadhanapada, this is because of you yourself, that who could not able to understand the entire Sadhanapada process properly. And towards the end I would say that since you are here, you are in the ashram, the food is given to you, the shelter is given to you, other amenities are given to you, and all of these things are for free. They are taking care of you just like a baby. They are trying to ensure that you are going through the program effortlessly. And when you are going through the program, since they want you to transform to a certain extent, they are becoming an accountability partner to you. They are feeling accountable towards your growth, and that is why they are doing certain things that they are doing. And since you are getting all these things for free without paying anything, and if you ask this question that why am I getting all these things, what did I do to get all these things, then there is a humbleness that will come within yourself. And this humbleness is very important for you to have within yourself when you are in the Sadhanapada period. And when you are looking yourself as a bhikshuk, in that context, when you go to the bhiksha hall and when the food is going to be served on your plate, you look at it in a different perspective. If you look at it from the perspective of everything that is there to serve me, then probably you will not like all these things. But when you are looking at it from the perspective of a spiritual seeker who never used to get food in other contexts, even Sadhguru has spoken in one of the videos that there was a time when spiritual people used to struggle a lot just to get the food. Every single day they used to go and beg for the food, and then they used to get the food. But all these things are coming very easily to you, and just because everything is coming very easily to us, we are not acknowledging all these things. So this is what is very important for us to acknowledge and understand, that all these things are coming to us very effortlessly. So if we can be certain way within ourselves, then all these things will feel as blessing. And this is the best, or I think much better experience within us than feeling injustice about something. And somewhere deep within us we have a certain mindset of everything that is there out there to serve me. I think it is time for us we need to get out of that mindset, and we need to understand that everything out there we do not deserve, but they are still offering to us, and we need to feel fortunate about all these things, and we need to see what possibility all these things can create, and we need to strive to get to that possibility. So this is what I think your intention should be. Otherwise you will start feeling like all these things are the problem of Sadhanapada, and you keep on blaming all these things about Sadhanapada, but nothing will change, and you will still remain that miserable person that came here to the ashram. If you really want to change yourself, then start looking within yourself. Instead of thinking what is the wrong around the ashram, start thinking that what is the wrong within myself, or how I can improve about it. So one thing that is most important for you to be honest to yourself, and whenever something wrong is going on, I want you to understand that world is as it is, the way it's supposed to be. If you are not feeling well, then probably it is something that is happening within you that you are not feeling well. At least that is how I look within myself, and if it helps you as well, then just look at it, how you can improve about it. And towards the end, I just wanted to say that during my Sadhanapada journey, or still today also, inner engine tools helped me a lot. Initial stage of learning inner engine tools, I think I did not know how to use them properly, but gradually as I started understanding them in different, I got to watch them again and again in different programs. I got to know more about them. I started reflecting more within myself, and started evaluating myself with those tools, and it brought a drastically change within myself. And I still think that even one tool of inner engineering is good enough, but yet there are 5 tools that you are getting. If you are using them properly, then I do not think there is anything that is going to stop you or hinder your growth. So that is all about this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Namaskaram.